Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I want to introduce you to the latest Marvel game, Marvel Snap. It released globally about 3 weeks ago, and I've been playing it non-stop. I guiltily played it during my vacation in Croatia. I'm addicted, and I basically want to share that with you and show you why maybe you want to check out this game. Now, it is a mobile game, so it is available free on your devices, Android, Apple, but it's also available on Steam. So I wanted to show this to you guys here. It's available on Steam, so you can play it on PC as well. Currently, the PC client is what I'm going to be showing you here today, and that's why it's sort of full screen, and I'm hiding the early access logo at the bottom here. Currently, the PC client just operates exactly like the game client, and it's a portrait game, so you play it with one hand. But in the future, in early next year, they're hoping to redo the PC client to make it a lot bigger and make it more feel like a PC client and not just a copy of a mobile client. Anyways, what is Marvel Snap? I'm going to try to explain this to you. I'll show you guys some gameplay, of course, but it's essentially it's a card game, and you collect different Marvel heroes who are all represented by cards like Cosmo and Debris and Sif. And then each card has a unique ability, has a unique cost. Well, not unique, it's 1 to 6, sometimes more. It has a specific cost and a specific power level. So the cost is in blue and the power is in orange. And then you play those cards, and the cards have different effects. And so your goal is to beat your opponent. And you beat your opponent, I'll show you how, using up to 12 cards. So your deck consists of 12 cards. There are no duplicates. So it's a really simple premise, and it's very, very easy to pick up. It's very easy to pick up and enjoy right away, even if you've never played card games before, even if, like me, you've traditionally been bad at card games. I've loved card games, but I've always been bad at them. I'm excelling in this game. You can absolutely excel with, practice and understanding the different cards, but it's just so easy to understand them when they make so much sense thematically. Like Dr. Octopus, on reveal, he pulls cards from your opponent's hand and plays them on the other side of the location. So he literally uses his octopus tentacles to drag out your opponent's characters. Heimdall, controller of the Bifrost, well, he moves cards. He moves all of your cards over, just like the Bifrost moves and teleports the Asgardians. So what I really like about this game as well is they didn't just slap sort of traditional card effects on these cards. They thought about it, and they made them feel like they would fit with the character. They made them thematic. They made them make sense. Now, there are some that are just normal, like Cyclops over here. He's just a normal guy. He doesn't do anything. That's fine. He has a role. I'll show you. But someone like Spider-Man, for example, one of the most popular Marvel hero, the most popular hero in the world, basically. What does Spider-Man do? He stops your opponent. He webs up your opponent's location, and next turn they can't play cards there. So Spider-Man denies your opponent the ability to play cards for one turn. And so basically that's the game. I'm going to show you guys a match right now. We're going to jump in with my Wong time. I'm going to jump into a match here. I am the friendly neighbor. They just introduced titles. I'm going to be activating a second capture here, so you guys can see the locations in large form. So the locations here, this is the other piece of the puzzle. So basically, now I'm going to introduce you to the Marvel Snap gameplay. Hello. We can emote here. I rarely emote, but we'll emote, sure. So basically, you have 6 turns to play cards. And in those 6 turns, you are trying to amass as much power as you can on all 3 of the locations. That's the basic gameplay. And so what you're trying to do, here, we're going to put Wong right, we're going to, Mr. Sinister, excuse me, right here. What you're trying to do is win at least 2 of the locations. It's a little bit more complicated than that. You can tie a location, blah, 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 but that's the basic goal. You're trying to amass more power. So here, Mr. Sinister, I got his clone, because that's what he does. He creates clones, right? And so right now I'm winning. You can see it's orange. I'm winning in Nidavellir. And so when I'm winning, it will glow around my nameplate, and that means my cards will flip over first. It may be a little bit too much information for you right now. It doesn't matter, but we'll see here. So we're going to play Ironheart. We don't want to play in Machine World. We don't want to give this guy cards. Okay. Ooh, he's playing Deadpool. Okay, very exciting card. I know what he's going for. He's going for a destroy type of deck. Okay, I actually shouldn't have played Ironheart here. I realize this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Wong here. That's fine. Bifrost, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm trying to show you guys the game, and I'm trying to explain the game, and I'm not yet good enough at playing the game while explaining the game. So we're still working on that. But yeah, I played Wong here. He plays Hood. He plays Venom. Venom eats all his cards. This could be a really good showcase game for me losing. Now that's a massive Venom, and Deadpool goes back to his hand. So every card has different effects. I can't really explain all of these effects to you on the fly here. But you'll see here. I wanted to play this deck because I wanted to show you guys Black Panther. We're going to drop Black Panther in here. He's going to double his power twice. He's going to double his power once because that's his ability. But then he's going to double it again because he's working together with the Sorcerer Supreme Wong, who triggers your on-reveal abilities twice. So what's really cool about having this in Nita Valir is his 4 becomes a 9 and then gets doubled to 18, and then I believe is going to get doubled again to 36. Now, we still might not be able to outpace his Deadpool, who keeps dying and doubling. There we go. Oh, 26, 21. What was that? That was not what's supposed to happen. Why did it double and then undouble? I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're going to lose. And that's really what matters here. So we're going to lose, which is cool. But in the meantime, we can still play some more cards. So we're going to play Scorpion here. We still reveal first. So, yeah, you know, it doesn't have too much value. We're going to put, yeah. You can snap, sure. So he snapped. This is a mechanic we don't have to explain in today's video. I'm not trying to show you guys the entire game. This is not supposed to be a guide. But he's basically, him snapping is him betting. Sort of like in poker where he's saying, I'm going to win. And he's basically willing to put more on the line for that win. So we popped Wolfsbane twice. We didn't even compete on Bifrost because, yeah, 20 power Venom. Not really going to work here. He Killmongers me like a jerk. Okay, he plays his Deadpool, and then he plays his Demon. Yeah, so he won. Good for him. He had a nice little Deadpool Venom combo. Very, very nice. Yay, I lost. He won. Okay, that's it. That's the game. And then, so what did I lose? I didn't really lose much. I lost some cubes, which dictate my rank, but I can always get those back by beating someone else. And then, whether you win or lose, this is the best part of Marvel Snap. Whether you win or lose, you get boosters. What do you use boosters for? You use boosters to upgrade your cards. And when you upgrade your cards, they don't get stronger, but they get shinier, newer effects. So I'll show you. For example, we have Quicksilver. He's got some animation effects here. Okay, we're going to zoom out of his crotch here because this doesn't look very appealing. But anyways, he's got some animation effects here. But then we look at another card like Daredevil, and he doesn't really have much going on, right? Because I haven't upgraded. I haven't played Daredevil enough, so I haven't upgraded him enough. So he's not really rocking anything. However, I have upgraded and played Nova a lot. So we have this Nova here who's 3D, animated, shiny, all this stuff. And I've upgraded Nova and I've played Nova so much that I've been able to infinite Nova. So I have a second copy. Now, you can't use the second copy. You can't play them both. But it basically just gives you a new copy to start over with to go through those same animations. Except now you have a rainbow background. And then when you do it again, you get all these different effects. So you basically have this... It's sort of like a prestige system, if you think about it that way, where you can keep upgrading cards that you really like to make them look cooler and cooler with more and more effects. I don't have any effects besides rainbow background that I can show you, but there's like all these crazy, there's sparkles, there's these like energy lines that orbit around your character. There's all these really cool effects that basically flex how much you've played a character and how much you've played a card. So here's my Wolverine. This is a variant, actually. We'll explain that in a second. And this is my shiny variant, my Infinity variant that I've played here, that I've copied because I played Wolverine so much. So basically, win or lose, you get boosters. And the boosters are used to upgrade the card to make it more shiny and more this and more that. But it's also how you get new cards. And that's basically the whole gameplay loop. So you just play games. There's no energy system. There's no limit on the number of games you can play per day. You can literally play 1,000 games in a day if you want. You literally play games, win or lose, you get boosters for cards that you're playing. So the cards that are in your deck, not random boosters for cards that you don't own. You get boosters for cards that are in your deck. And then you use those boosters with credits to upgrade your cards and make them shinier and make them cooler. and then you will get collection level. And then once your collection level goes up enough, you will hit either a collector's reserve, or when you scroll down, you will hit, there's collector's boxes, collector's caches, and then before that, there's just mystery cards. And then that's how you unlock cards. That's how I unlocked Mojo. That's how I unlocked the Hood. That's how I unlocked Magneto and Rogue and Brood. Now, this part of the game is probably where I'm going to turn off the most number of people. The most number of people who are listening and who are excited are going to be like, oh, actually, I don't like that. Because the way that you get cards in this game is somewhat random. It's not completely random, but it's random in the sense that there's only certain cards available for you at the beginning. So if I scroll all the way down here, it's going to take me a second, but if I scroll all the way down, you'll see that the cards at the beginning are basically the same for all players. The order is different, but the cards that you get at the beginning are all the same. And so the reason for this is basically to introduce you to different ways of playing at the same time. So everyone is going to unlock Spectrum and Mr. Fantastic and Kazar at the beginning. Not right at the beginning. Your first card probably isn't going to be Jessica Jones, and your second card probably isn't going to be Kazar, but they're going to be in the first, 20 cards that you unlock, right? Same thing with Odin, same thing with White Tiger. And what this essentially does is it introduces you to the more simple aspects of the game, the ideas that are more simple to understand. They introduce them to you first. And then as you get stronger and as you understand the game more, they start introducing more complicated ideas to you. Like once you get to around whatever 40, 50, you get Angel, and when one of your other cards is destroyed on the field, Angel flies out of your deck and replaces that card. That's a little bit more complicated than some of those earlier cards and their effects, right? And we get something like Doctor Strange, a little bit more complicated. When you play Doctor Strange and he flips, he's going to move your highest power card to his location, right? He's going to move him or her over, whoever they are, to that location, and whatever effects happen there, happen there. And so as you climb up the collection level, and again, you just do this by getting boosters, playing, winning or losing, and then upgrading your cards, you will unlock more and more cards. So this is the only way to unlock new cards. And you just basically keep going up, and the higher you go, the more complicated the cards get. So Black Cat, if this is in your hand at the end of the turn, discard it. Seems like a bad card, right? I mean, great animation, great art style, but seems like a bad card. If you don't play this card immediately when you draw it, you have to discard it. That's kind of bad, Alex. It is, unless you have Hela and Ghost Rider, and it becomes a very good card. I'm not going to say too much more, but this is basically how the game unfolds for you. So the more complex combos, for those of you who are really into that sort of stuff, they will require you to climb up, but there's still plenty of depth to the game at lower levels, and you can still, have a lot of fun with the game even if you haven't collected all of the cards. If you're someone like me, especially if you play MFF a lot and you're into collecting, you're going to want to collect cards a lot. So one advice I have for you is don't spend your gold, which is like the premium currency, like crystals. Don't spend your gold here buying credits. So normally people would spend their gold here buying credits to then upgrade cards faster. That's actually not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to go over to your missions and just refresh your missions with gold, because that way you'll still get the same number of credits. You'll get 150 credits, but you'll also be getting the XP for the battle pass. And the battle pass has just changed, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because they just introduced the 1 month battle pass for Warriors of Wakanda. They introduced the brand new card, Black Panther. They introduced variants for him, variants for Nakia, variants for Okoye, and it's very cool. And of course, it's all Wakanda themed because of Wakanda Forever. So yeah, and they also introduced a new location, Shuri's Lab. So that's basically that's the intro that I came up with for Marvel Snap. I hope you like it. If you don't like card games, I would still honestly give it a try. I've heard a lot of feedback from people saying they don't like card games, they don't play card games, but they picked this up and they couldn't put it down. They were just obsessed with it. It's a very easy game to learn, but a very difficult game to master. And in my opinion, those are the best types of games. So yeah, whether you're casual or hardcore, I think this game has something for everyone. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have an MFF video just a little bit later, but I'll be spending most of my day on Twitch playing God of War Ragnarok. So if that's something you're interested in, you can hit me up there. I know it has nothing to do with this game. I'm just letting you know. Anyways, thanks so much for watching again. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Snap on.